Hi, it's Jill, and today we're going to be doing a 15-minute Pilates class session, which is going to be a standing session only. So it's perfect early in the morning when you've woken up. And also maybe if you sit all day or your desk and you're feeling a bit stiff, maybe you could jump on and do this one too. As ever, just listen to your body, but hopefully you're going to find this is a great little session to help you really stretch out through your body and just release any tension and tightness you may have. So let's get started. So let's just start with our feet hip distance apart. So just anchoring into your feet, just finding that nice connection with the floor, drawing up all the way through your body. Thinking about that spine, working up from your base of your spine all the way up to the crown of your head. And just allow your spine and your neck to reach up that little bit taller and longer. Just take a moment to notice how that feels as you breathe in and then exhale back out. And then on that next breath, just gently start to lift and just draw back the shoulders gently, just to try that realignment of our shoulders if we have been bending forward. And just take a moment to notice how they're feeling this morning or this afternoon too. We then want to just gently start to engage those core muscles in our center here. So just gently start to draw those in. And just notice on the breath as you release them back down, how that feels. And then once more, inhale, just drawing in those core muscles. And then gently release. And then from here, just starting to keep that engagement of about 20 or 30%. We'll start with our mobilization of our neck. So we're going to just start to rotate the neck from side to side. So just releasing any tension that you might be feeling in your neck. Just notice how that's feeling. Just lifting your head, chin up and then taking it all the way back to the other shoulder. So just rolling your neck from side to side. Now let's just do a couple more. Notice how that feels. And then gently bringing your head back to center and make sure your chin's still nice and level too. Move to our shoulders now. We're going to lift the shoulders up towards those ears and gently start to pull them back and down. So just starting to do some nice shoulder rolls. So lifting them up and rotating them all the way back and down. So let's just keep that going for a couple more. Up and all the way down. Try to do a couple more. Using your breath as you go. Inhale, lifting up and come back down. And then one more. Perfect. Come back to the center with your shoulders being aligned. And then let's just try to do 5 of those going forward. So again, just really building some mobility into the shoulders this morning or this afternoon if that's where you're doing this. Perfect. Try and do one more if you can. And then bringing your hands back down by your side to stillness. From here, we're going to start to raise the hands up to shoulder height with the palms facing in. And then gently release them back down. So again, we're starting to lift those arms. So we're going to draw them all the way up. And this time we're going to go that little bit further. We're going to take it up to about the ears. Try to keep the elbows straight if you can. And then gently release back down. And then the third time, see if you can lift your fingertips and your arms all the way up over the crown of your head and really stretch through your body. So just notice how that's feeling as we reach up with our hands. Have a breath as you do, really reaching. Notice the stretch through your body, not just your arms. And then gently releasing back down. And then we'll just roll your shoulders once more, realigning the shoulders and the posture back again. Perfect. From here, we're going to just start to take our hands, crossing them over. So we've got fingers on opposite shoulders. Soften those knees as we start to do a little twist from side to side. So inhale. So you're going to start to rotate over to your right. And gently coming back to center. And then on the breath, start to rotate to your left. And gently come back to center. Let's do that once more on each side. So rotate over to the right. Gently coming all the way back to center. And then inhale, over to the left, and all the way centre. And then gently releasing your hands back down by your sides. Going into a side bend, we're going to inhale, looking down to your right fingertips. Start to look down, and as you do, start to take your fingertips down towards your knee. So you're bending sideways. Notice the stretch in the opposite hip. When you can't go any further because it feels quite tight, on the breath, start to come back up. Staying on that same side, we're going to do a few more. So start to take your fingertips down, gazing down as you do. Really draw those fingertips down, and on the exhale, gently start to come back up. And again, taking the fingertips down as you gaze down towards them. And if you wish to, this time we'll take the opposite arm up and all the way over the crown of your head, creating that nice C-curve bend, stretching all the way through the opposite rib cage. Take a breath and then gently release the arm and then bring those fingertips back up. Let's do two more. So again, drawing the fingertips down as we gaze down first. And then when you feel it's getting quite tight in the opposite hip, lift up and over. So really feeling that stretch as we're taking the arm over the crown of the head. And then gently release the arm first and then come up with those fingertips. Let's do that once more. So again, drawing down first with those fingertips and then gently reaching all the way up and overhead. Stretch, feel stretch as far as feels comfortable. And then gently release the arm and then bring the fingertips back up. Let's take that to the left. So again, start to gaze down towards your left fingertips as you draw the fingertips down towards the knee. Gently come back up and might notice how one side might feel quite different to the other. Take the fingertips down once more, really draw them down. And on that breath, come back up to centre. Once more, start to gaze down towards the fingertips. See if you can draw them down that little bit further, and the opposite arm can come up. And again, just lifting it up, creating that nice C curve for your ribs. So bringing the arm over the crown of the head. Breathe. Gently release that arm and then draw the fingertips back up. Going again, so taking the fingertips first and then lifting all the way up and over. And then gently bringing the arm back first. And then the fingertips come back up. And then once more, fingertips come down first. And again, just lifting all the way up and over. Perfect. And then gently releasing that arm. And then bring the fingertips back up. Come back to that neutral spine. Coming back to your centre of that great posture, our Pilates posture. Gently start to bring your hands together in front of you. Push your elbows and your fingertips together in one nice long line. Relax your shoulders a moment if they've been started to draw up towards your ears. If you can lift your elbows a little bit higher and draw the arms out, then feel free to do so, but go as far as feels comfortable. And then on that breath, you're just going to start to take your hands away from each other, stretching through that chest. And then on the breath, start to draw them back in again. So again, inhale, exhale, reach out. So really squeezing your shoulder blades together. And then gently return. Inhale, exhale, stretch. Reaching them all the way out. Really noticing the stretch through the front of your chest. And then once more, inhale. Exhale, really reach it out. Perfect. Bring your hands all the way back together and then just gently release. Moving down the body, we're going to think about that spine. So we're going to do a spine stretch forward. Feel free just to notice how tight you might be feeling this morning and bending your knees softly if you need to. Hands either on your thighs or you can put them onto your hip bones. Making sure, again, we're thinking about that posture and alignment. On the inhale, exhale, start to hinge forward from your hip, just coming all the way forward into that nice long spine forward bend. Breathe deep as you go. Notice the stretch all the way through your spine, from your tailbone through to the crown of your head. Keep breathing And try to draw your shoulder blades back and down your back. Really stretch that spine. On that next breath, gently bend the knees, come back up and release the hands. We're going to do that once more. So again, however, the hands on your thighs or your hips. Start to fold from your hips, taking your tailbone back. Breathe as you go. And again, when you arrive at that nice flat back, have a check-in, trying to draw your shoulder blades down and feeling the stretch from your tailbone all the way up through to the crown of your head. You might also be feeling it in your hamstrings if they're particularly tight. So feel free to soften your knees if you need to. Do a couple more nice deep breaths, really feeling that stretch and hopefully releasing any tension you might be feeling. And then that next breath, softly bend those knees and then just come back up and then release back down. Take your hands back down by your sides. Let's focus on moving down to our feet now. So start to just pedal through your feet. So lifting from your heels, just pushing into your toes on one side and then releasing to the other. So just really warming up the ankles, stretching through your toes and just warming up the knees. You could maybe want to start to move a little bit quicker, doing alternates from one side to the other as we start to kind of pedal the feet. Notice how that's feeling. And just doing a couple more. Perfect. Bring both your feet back down and again have a sense of equal weight pushing into your feet. From here we're going to do some squats. So either squatting with your feet hip distance apart. For a slightly gentler squat, you can take your feet slightly further apart and the toes can turn out slightly. That feels a little bit more comfortable for you. Your hands can come over. You can cross your hands once more, so across your chest. And then on that breath, you start to sit back into that seat, making sure you squat down nice and centered and level. Exhale, come back up. We're going to do a few more. So inhale, start to really sit down onto that chair and try to keep that chest up as we squat. Inhale, squat down. Exhale, release. So let's try and do 4 more. So we squat down and we gently come back up. Let's go again. Squatting down. Make sure your knees are tracking in line with your feet if you can, as much as possible. So inhale, push back. Really see if you can get that a little bit further, activating those glutes. Exhale, come back up. And then one more. Coming all the way down, squat down, chest forward, and then gently push back up. Release your hands back down by your sides. We're going to go on to the balance. So from here, bring your feet back to hip distance apart, anchoring down into your left foot first, finding that nice long spine, making sure we've got our Pilates posture and cores engaged. Slightly pushing the weight onto your left foot. We're going to take the right foot and we're going to just knee lift up and then lower back down. You might want to put your hands onto your hips just to help as you find your balance, really knee lifting up and then gently release. And again, knee lift up and gently release. And again, knee lift up. And then gently release back down. Shake out your feet. Let's try that onto the left. So when you're ready, anchoring into your right. This time knee lifting up on the left. Gently come back down. So we're always trying to lift forward through our hip rather than tipping to the opposite side. Come back down. Use your breath to help. Inhale, exhale, release and lift. Let's try and do a couple more. Inhale, lift, and gently return. And then once more, inhale, lift. And then gently return. Perfect. Just shake those legs out a little bit more and then release your arms. We're now going to just go on to a roll down exercise. So stand again with your feet hip distance apart. Find that nice long spine, drawing in your core muscles once more. And then on the breath, you slowly tuck your chin and you're going to start to roll down. You can have your hands on your thighs or down by your sides. We're just starting to head towards the floor or go as far as feels comfortable for you. Especially if you have spine problems, you may not want to roll quite so much. You might want to make it more of a fold. And wherever you arrive, have a nice deep breath for a moment. Notice the stretch through your vertebrae. And then gently, if you need to bend your legs, do so, or gently just start to roll back up or fold back up. Head and shoulders up last. And unravel your shoulders and draw them back again. Find that neutral. Spine. Perfect. Once more, tuck the chin. And slowly start to roll back down. All the way towards your floor. Just keep breathing as you do. Really feel the release. Maybe in your spine, if it is a little bit stiff, it's quite a nice one to do. And if you're heading towards the floor, you let your arms hang maybe, let your head and upper back hang too. It could be quite a nice way to release any tightness or tension that you have. Take 2 more breaths, wherever you might have arrived at. Nice and deep. And just release. And then gently push your feet into the floor. And then gently start to roll all the way back up. All the way back to your standing. And then gently release your arms back down by your sides. And to finish this practice, we're going to take our arms just out wide to the sides, reaching up once more. Taking your hands all the way overhead. The palms can touch if you feel you can get that far without forcing it. Try to extend through those elbows. Breathe deep. Feel that full body stretch. Turn the palms away from each other and start to push down with power. Just feeling the activation through the shoulders and the arms as you do. We'll do that a couple more times. So inhale, the palms start to turn up and away and up, all the way up over the crown of your head. And allow the palms to come together. And push them together, extending through your elbows. Turn the palms and then gently push back down. And again, once more, inhale. Start to take the palms out wide, stretching all the way through. And again, see if you can get to your palms, your hands touching. Really stretch up. Notice that and see if you can pull your fingertips up a little bit further towards the ceiling, making sure we're drawing and using the muscles in our sort of belly and our core rather than just yanking from our arms. Take a nice deep breath here. And then one last time, turn your palms away and then bring them all the way back down. And then let's just find one last lift up those shoulders, roll them back down. Perfect. That's the end of this Pilates stretch class. I hope that it's hopefully stretched you out a little bit, mobilized some of your joints, made you feel a little bit more mobile and lengthened. And enjoy the rest of your day. And I'll see you back at class soon. Take care.